Hi everybody, Bunny Berry here. Today is day 1 of the GFu challenge, led by our fearless leader, Raw Dog Rory. Rory, hi. Thank you so much for taking the reins on this challenge and giving me an opportunity to participate as an active member on the forum. So, I'm having so much fun already. I watched Rory's video today, and yes, I have those negative Nellies too. And I have always been an upbeat kind of person. I have a very big personality, and yet you would think that I am an extrovert, but I'm actually the most introverted extrovert you're ever going to meet. So even though I seem really happy-go-lucky and jolly, and I'm a happy person naturally. I go through the things that Rory was talking about, you know, having those negative Nellies show up in your life, and I love that idea of taking care of yourself the way that you would take care of a friend or a loved one who came to you and said, you know, I'm feeling like I'm not worth it. I'm feeling like, you know, I feel like it's going to take forever for me to lose all this weight. It's going to take forever. I can't do blank because of blank. You know, I've done it. I'm guilty of it. And I love that idea of just taking care of yourself the way that you would a friend or a loved one. And I'm going to start doing that in my life more and more. I'm going to sit down and talk to myself. When I hear those negative Nellies, I'm going to sit down and say, what advice, whatever, I don't know what it would be, what advice would I give a friend if they were asking me this question? And I'm going to give that love to myself. So thank you, Rory. It's awesome. So I am going to be vlogging my way through this challenge as a participant. And I want to go ahead and get a few things out of the way so that, you know, you'll know what I'm doing. I am going to be bringing my raw food percentage down just a little bit, and not striving to be 100% raw during this challenge. Oh no, did you say I'm not going to be 100% raw? Oh my! I have found that the harder I try to be 100% raw, I wind up sabotaging myself. Totally my fault, not the raw food diet's fault, right? I wind up becoming food obsessed. You know, I obsess over every little thing. I obsess over things I can't have. I obsess over things that I can have. I obsess over sugar content. I just obsess. I become obsessed. And, you know, it's really interesting because before I started eating a raw food diet, I'd never been on a diet before in my, I mean, maybe to lose 5 or 10 pounds, you know, like, oh, I'll just eat a little bit lighter over here. And, you know, I did go to Weight Watchers after my child was born, to try to lose the weight that I'm still trying to lose. But I had never really been on any particular diet for any length of time. And what I've realized is that treating something with that diet mentality, which I tried not to, but I did anyway, made me obsessive about food. I've joked with a couple of people that raw food diet, like, you know, made me gain weight and gave me an eating disorder. And that's not how it has to be. That is absolutely not how it has to be. And, you know, I've had people post about me on other boards like, this is what not to do if you're going to lead a raw food lifestyle. And I totally agree. You know, I just try to get people excited about raw and living foods because I'm excited about them, but Lord knows I ain't perfect. And if you're not perfect, come over here and sit by me. If you're perfect, just walk far away, because I will look even more imperfect standing next to you. So I have decided to embrace my imperfections and to do what Rory said. Treat myself with the kindness that I would treat other people. If I know someone is struggling, I would say, well, maybe you should just back it down a little bit and set yourself up for success, instead of having this number, this magical number out there that you're trying to achieve, and really setting yourself up for failure. So, I'm not going to be 100% raw during this challenge. In fact, I'm shooting for 51%. And I've read, and I'll post some articles about this 51% number. Some people say, I've heard many raw food leaders say, that if you are eating 51% by volume of your food raw, then your body will not have that reaction of seeing the food that you're eating as poison or as a foreign invader. So I'm going to kind of go with the 51% rule during this challenge. And another thing I want to let you know, and this is really not up for debate, but if you want to leave your comments about it, that's fine. It's somewhere that I feel like I need to go. I want to go. Somewhere I want to go. My body is a better fat burning machine. My goal during this challenge is weight loss and to find some balance in my brain, in my mind about food. My body is a fat burning machine when I am burning fat as fuel. When I try to burn carbohydrates as fuel, at some point it stops working and my carbohydrates start getting stored as fat. So I'm going to be eating a more low sugar, actually no sugar diet for the next couple of months during this challenge. And I'm not going to be vegan. I will be adding some raw dairy products into my diet, such as kefir and raw butter. And I may actually occasionally have some fish. Okay, so there it is. Like I said, I'm not really into debating whether or not I should do that. This is an experiment for me. I see what I am embarking on as a journey. And raw foods brought me to this place. My raw food story has been a miracle. And now it's time for me to make my physical transformation. And in order to do that, I have to do whatever it takes to do that. A high raw food diet really sets me up for failure. And I wish that weren't true. I wish I were that person who burned carbohydrates and could eat raw fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts and digest perfectly. And if you're that person, you hit the jackpot. You hit the raw food jackpot, but that ain't me. So I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. This is going to be a season of fat burning. And then I will go through a season of cleansing, where I'll go back to my raw food diet, low glycemic load raw food diet, and try to then do a stabilization season, and then go back into fat burning if I need to or want to, in order to burn off some of this adipose fat that is literally holding me down, dragging me down, making my gravitational field pushing further down to the earth. Everybody wants to be light and airy. I want that. And right now, my adipose fat is dragging me to the ground. So I'm going to strive to turn my body into a fat-burning machine during this challenge. All the food that I eat will be sourced locally. I will be visiting my farmers, not going to the grocery store and just buying some butter. I'm going to be meeting the farmers and meeting the people in my community that are actually putting their love and their hard work into these products. And I'm also going to be selling sprouts at the farmers market here in town. So I'm going to be one of those local growers this year. So that's all I have to say. I think I'm running out of time. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here as a participant. And you know what I'm going to say. Eat your veggies.